What's going on, YouTube? We have another Kevin Samuels video for you guys today. Another reaction video for you guys today. This video is a decent amount of time, and there is a reason for it. Her delusion was too strong. It wasn't giving up. It wasn't caving in against Kevin Samuels. Honest to God, our delusion was at a sky high. And y'all gonna see it soon. Because what I witnessed is ridiculous, y'all. Without further ado, please go ahead and leave me a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into it.
Is your price too high?
I like to get comfy. I've been snuggling up, drinking my glass of wine and water and listening.
But is your price too high? Though?
Oh, is my price too high? I thought you said is my place too hot. Sorry.
No. Is your price too high?
I don't think my price is too high.
Okay. Well, what do you want?
Ultimately, I want a man that's a provider.
Okay.
Willing to work.
Okay.
In the beginning, but when it's time to have children, I do want to be able to stay at home and raise the children.
All right.
So they're able.
How many kids would you like?
Issues with me. Ideally 3 to 4, but right now I would say at the age that I am, maybe 2.
How old are you?
32. Well, I'll be 32 soon.
Okay. So you want to be a traditional housewife then?
I wouldn't say ultra traditional, but somewhat, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you want the man to be a traditional provider?
Yes. Ideally, I would like that.
Okay. That sounds like an imbalance.
I don't necessarily think so.
If you need him to be a traditional provider, but he's not getting a traditional housewife, what is he getting that's better than a traditional housewife? Because his responsibility is here. What's he going to get that's here or above? What
does a traditional housewife entail?
Well, you tell me, because you said you're not one. You picked the right one.
Housewife, I'm just imagining kind of being a slave. So that's
Let me stop you right here. Let me stop you right here. Where are your people from?
My mom's from Trinidad and my dad's from Jamaica. So I see that's
hold on.
Wife.
We don't need white supremacy, racism. Well, all we got is this: that you think that the women who came before you were slaves.
It's not that necessarily, but just what I'm seeing in the media and just all around me. I see women trying to be this housewife for men, traditional housewife for men, and they're just getting like, can I curse?
Be prepared to be challenged on anything you're going to say, because you tell me in the media, I'm going to ask you what you watch. Excuse me? What are you talking about? When a woman who's, let's do it. Traditional housewife, what media are you talking about?
So let's, I don't know. Like I said, I want you to define what traditional housewife
No.
Because in my mind, traditional housewife is being home.
You can't overtalk me. That's how we don't do that. Stick it down. I said traditional housewife. You said, no, not traditional housewife. All right, so you was thinking of something. And then you talk about, well, from what I'm seeing in the media, I'm asking you what media? You haven't answered any questions. Okay. What media are you talking about?
Social media.
Where do you see traditional housewives in social media?
Everywhere.
Do you?
Well, I mean, that I know of, just women getting taken care of and not working. No.
So that's what a traditional housewife is, taken care of and not working.
To me, yes.
Oh, okay. So, and that's getting the shit end of the stick?
From what I've seen so far, yes. From what I've seen so far, yes. That's why I get your definition of it.
Well, why do you want it?
Why
do you want a man to take? Then why do you want a man to get out here and work and pay all the bills so you can sit at home?
I didn't necessarily phrase it as that. I said
that's what it is.
I wanted a provider for the
you
most.
You wanted to be able to work, and you wanted. I asked the question. So I'm very clear. Mm-hmm. I asked the question. You don't want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant. You want a man to be a traditional provider. I've said that 3 times.
Okay.
But how we get to it, you don't have to want to be the one carrying the financial family load. You want to be provided for.
Yeah.
And then what is he going to get? Because he's not going to get a traditional wife. What is he going to get?
He's going to get the love and support that I have.
You can buy a goddamn dog for that.
Okay.
So you ladies don't want a fair deal. You ladies want an unfair deal. You want a man to go out and do the things that men have always been expected to do since time immemorial, but yet you don't come to the table wanting to even come and act in good faith. You, women like you, I'm going to talk about you. You come in here talking about a traditional housewife as a slave. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you what? You leave men alone, go get your girlfriend, go buy a dog and live and die by yourself. I get tired of you women talking about men as though we're something to hurt and abuse shit because you watch fucked up social media stories. Mm-hmm. Men are tired of having you put this shit on them. If we talked about y'all like this, you call us toxic. If we said, oh, traditional housewives are some gold diggers, then there'll be all kind of problems. Mm-hmm. But this is what I mean. You guys are used to talking about men in some of the foulest ways. And then say you want them.
Okay.
So let's take it down. Do you want to stay home with your kids?
I absolutely do want to stay at home with my kids up until a certain age. Yes.
Then where are they going to go after what age?
I was thinking maybe kindergarten.
And if you have 4 children, that means you'll be out of the workforce for at least 12 years. Mm-hmm. What do you do for a living?
I'm currently a flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
So, being gone out of the workforce for 10, 12 years, think you're going to be able to go back to be a flight attendant at 50?
It's possible, but ideally I would.
Right. So in other words, your husband, if you had 4 kids, he would have to carry the load because even if you sent the kids away to school after the youngest is in kindergarten, you just sit at home by yourself. Ain't that something? As I said, so like I said 10 minutes ago, why does he have to go out and work and you get to sit on your butt at home? That don't sound like slavery to me. That sounds like luxury.
Yes. The way you put it, yes, it does.
It's not the way I put it. We just talked through your example.
I can see from that viewpoint. But I also had a question before we go further.
I want to ask, but I didn't get to ask my questions about this scenario.
Okay.
Do you have a cookbook?
Do I have a cookbook?
Nope.
No, but
no. So you can't. So you can't cook. So basically.
Who said that?
I said that you can't. A woman who can cook. I come from cooking people. Women see traditional housewives understand that their province is the home.
Yes.
This is what I mean. So what I mean is you can follow recipes. That means somebody else has to decide what the food for your family is. Mm-hmm. The most important thing is the food for the family, and you can't even be responsible for that. Someone else has to do it. You'll follow it. So why don't your husband go get the woman who made the recipe?
Okay.
What do you bring into the table?
That's a valid point.
So this is what I mean.
That's a valid point.
When you ladies don't even bring,
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Well, you don't even bring the basic stuff. It's like, okay. You're like, if you had 4 kids, you'd be the 5th one.
So what are the basics? This is what I really want to know. What are the basics for you?
Well, first of all, good faith. Mm-hmm. Good faith. First of all, I think you need to go back and understand what it means to be a woman and a wife. Because if you come in through saying slave, I really got nothing to talk about when we would say shit like that.
I think you need to hear where I'm coming from, but I want you to continue before I explain that.
Go ahead.
No, I want you to continue before I explain.
Well, but coming from a place of good faith, meaning that a man is something to be valued.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that the most important duty or responsibility a woman has on the planet is her children and her family. You don't want to have anybody else raising your kids, feeding your kids. You're supposed to take pride in these kind of things.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be proud about it.
Mm-hmm.
Following a recipe used to be insulting to women. They made their own recipes, but that's when women taught each other how to cook. So you're supposed to write in recipes to recipe books, not just looking on the back of a box. But you didn't. But sadly, many women today don't know how to do this stuff. You went to school, you got an education pretty much like a guy that was gender neutral, and you're out here working. And then you want a man to come along and do what men have done for hundreds of years, but you're not even qualified to do what the women you used to call slaves did with joy.
I'm not calling them slaves necessarily. I'm just saying, depending on who they were married to.
Well, you can give me all the horror stories.
They were slaving.
Okay, who?
I can say that my mom was slaving. I can say that my mom had slaved for my dad.
Let me ask you a question.
She was working full time.
In this country, when a man and woman break up in this country, what percentage of the time do women leave financially devastated?
I don't know.
They don't. Men are the ones that leave financially devastated. 90+% of the time, custody goes to the wife. Half of the man's stuff that he had before. You need to go get familiar with this. This is why so many men are avoiding marriage, because women today are filing. We have a 50+% divorce rate, and women file divorce 8 to 9 times out of 10. It's because women have a financial incentive to file for divorce. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't look at Hollywood marriages, but you don't typically see women having to move back in with their mother because their husband got the home and the kids. This happens all the time with men. So, but your mother had the slave. Is your mother still married to your father?
She is.
Would she call herself a slave?
I don't know. I could ask her, but
how long did they marry?
About 32 years. They got married right before they had me.
Thank you very much. See, what you said to me, what reminds me of so much of what happened with silent generation and baby boomers. The baby boomer generation, my mother's generation, looked down upon their mother and their grandmother's generation because they had to slave for their husbands and do all this other kind of stuff. And then they realized that when they got to be later in life, that they had failed as women. They realized that every other generation of women up to them had done their jobs. They were the generation that spent all the money, sold the family houses. They were the most selfish generation that ever lived. And the ones that are still alive will tell you, we have failed as women because they're my parents. They made a generation of harder women and softer men, all because they looked upon what their mothers did as being beneath them, because they got a little funky piece of education, a little bit of government assistance, and were told that you were better than your man in the civil rights struggle. The only group of women that actually looks at the women past them as fools. But yet, now you're the most you make more money, you're more educated than the previous groups of women, you have more options, opportunity, you're freest than ever been, and you're the most unhappy group of black women that ever existed.
I don't feel that way because
the stats say that, though. Okay. You don't feel that way. The stats say that, though. 1 in 4 of you will marry in a lifetime.
Okay.
And you said, I don't want to be a slave. And you said your mama's slave.
Yes, because I see and hear the way that my father treats my mother, and I know that she deserves better.
Oh, you need to stay in your place. You need to stay in your place.
In my place, how?
As a child. That's your mama, but that's his woman. You need to stay in your place. And that's one of the main problems we have in the Black community. We got kids judging grown relationships. You don't have any children, do you?
No, I don't have any children yet.
Well, that's my point.
Mm-hmm.
You're judging your mother and father from a kid's standpoint. Mm-hmm. Not that they're just individuals. You don't know what your mama does behind closed doors, goes to your daddy, but your mama knows enough to have her ass in a marriage. She got more than you do.
What's that?
A husband.
Okay.
How many siblings you got?
I have 4 brothers, 4 stepbrothers, half brothers, and 1 other brother who we have.
How many children your mother have?
All 6 of us.
How many children do your father have?
Just the 2. Well, now.
So, hold on.
Now.
So let's start. Hold on. Pump the brakes. Mm-hmm. Your biological father?
Yes.
Went with your mother and raised kids from another man?
Yes.
No.
Later on.
Ma'am, I don't need your interpretation. The biology is all I'm concerned with. Mm-hmm. Your mother had children from another man?
Yes.
How many men?
My mother had children from another man. 2 other men.
2 other men. So your mama has 3 baby daddies.
She met my father.
So she's reproduced with 3 men.
Yes.
So your father accepted your mother, who had reproduced with 2 other men, and she hadn't been married to those men, right?
Correct.
Right. He sounds like a goddamn superhero as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Lord.
Are y'all not hearing this? This woman's talking like her mother is some slave and her father stepped in to raise. No, ma'am. This is why I say stay in your place as a child, because that man stepped in and did something he didn't have to do for your mama.
That is true, but at the moment, that wasn't even a factor. Until years later. But the main reason that I came on was, honestly, I had a few questions. I wanted to know, how do women determine if our price is too high? How do we determine that?
Man, the low-level lack of respect and contempt that you seem to have for men, Black men in particular. I
don't think I have a low level and lack.
Man, I'm telling you what I'm experiencing.
Okay.
You can think what you want. I'm telling you what I'm experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a pretty accurate judge of character. Pretty accurate judge. You said slave. You judge your mother as a slave. You talked about stuff that you cannot substantiate. You have nothing to back up. Your mama is married to a man of 32 years who took her in with 3 children from 2 different men. I would almost bet that she says thankful that she has this man, regardless as to what you think you saw. You think what you saw is what you saw. Mm-hmm. Stay in a kid's place and stop judging your grown parents. Because what are you doing at your life? Because you right now, to know if your price is too high. You judge your price. Let me answer the question. How's how you answer the question? How tall are you?
5'7".
Dress size.
Sorry?
Dress size.
Dress size, I would say about a 10.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
170.
So you weigh more than a man at your height?
Some men. Oh, at my height?
At your height. 5'7"? Yeah, the average height of an American man is 5'10". The average weight is 168. You weigh more than a man. So that lowers your value. And where would you judge yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? Just your face. You can't use 7.
Just my face? I would definitely say I'm an 8, 9.
Okay. Beyonce is an 8. Kelly Rowland's a 9.
Okay.
Do you put yourself there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever done any modeling?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
No?
No.
So, if you're an 8 or a 9, you should be getting 8 or 9 outcomes.
I should be getting 8 or 9 outcomes?
Yeah. You're a flight attendant, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that means you interface with men nationwide.
Yeah.
If you're an 8 or a 9, someone would have taken you off a plane by now and put a ring on your finger.
Okay.
I'd give you a 6.
Oh, all right.
You're cute. But you're not pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous. I give you a 6. That's not an insult, man. You're cute.
Oh, no, I don't take it as an insult.
But the fact that you put yourself as an 8 or a 9, you're overestimating yourself based upon, if I just said Kelly Rowland, Beyonce, you say that you think that if I put 1,000 men, they would say all these things are similar. That's what you think.
And you're basing this just on face.
Yes. If I put your face in a lineup with Kelly Rowland and Beyonce, and I just put them in front of 1,000 American men, they'd say, yep, these women are all similar.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I mean, I had a long day. I'm tired, so.
Oh, wait, you had to do what?
I had a long day. I'm tired, and they wear makeup. If I had makeup on.
Ma'am, now here's the thing. This is what, as a professional image consultant, I do this in real life. I look past makeup. I look past surgical enhancements. I'm looking at you, fresh face, natural hair, and that's what I judge on.
Okay.
When I look at them too, before and after. And no, ma'am, you're cute, but you're not on the level of Beyonce or Kelly Rowland at 8, 9, or 10. And okay. It's fair to say you've not had those outcomes in life. You don't have men who are looking for those kind of women trying to wife you. I mean, you said ain't nobody try to take you off an airplane. Those women get snapped up, and you're 32, 34?
I'm 32. Well, about to be 32.
So women like that, 8, 9s, or 10s, don't tend to make it past 23 single. They typically get snatched up.
Okay.
And this is before any kind of personality. This is just strict. So, and the reason we're here, you're talking about putting your price too high. One, you have an overestimation of your actual level of your overall sexual marketplace value. Okay. At 5'7", you should be closer to about 135 pounds. That's size 4.
That's right for me.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear what you think.
Right now, that's
I don't want to hear what you think.
Too low.
Okay, I don't want to hear. But see, so people understand. As a professional image consultant who does this in real life, who's done it for modeling agencies and casting agencies, I'm talking to a flight attendant who's telling me what's too low.
Yeah.
You weigh more than a man. It's not too low. Go back into your family album and look at the women about 1920, 30, 40, 50. Go back onto a program called Soul Train and look at the women in the 70s who were 5'7", and you will see they were dress size 4, 6. Go look at Thelma on Good Times. She was a perfect example of a 4. You weigh more than a man at your height.
I don't want to look sick. I don't want to look sick.
And this is why so many women's price is too high. No amount of logic, reason, discernment, when you believe you're whatever, man. The average woman puts on 30 to 50 pounds in pregnancy. If you got pregnant today, you bloomed to 200 pounds. maybe 220. And then after the first kid, you're not going to drop all the baby weight. If you actually have 4 kids, a guy will probably be looking at a woman about 220, 230 when you're all done. See, the average black woman today weighs more than the average black man at her height. And you can't tell you nothing about weight. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No physician, no professional can tell you a goddamn thing about it. You know better than everybody. But show me the outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about weight, we talk about weight. That is a component. Then we talk about, your overall look, there is a subjective component to looks, but there's an objective component to looks too. And objectively, when I listen to a woman who would say, I know Kelly Rowland, Beyoncé, they've been on the cover of People or Cosmopolitan as the most beautiful women in the world, you're putting yourself up there saying that, yes, People or Cosmo could put me up as one of the most beautiful women in the world, and that would make sense. That's what you're effectively saying over and over again. And that simply does not hold water in the world I live in. You're free to believe it. You're free to think that. But if you think that of your estimation of your look, and if you think what you said is an estimation of your physique, then you're going to have your price way up here. Versus if you was more in line with what most people see. That's one of the main reasons price is too high. And that's before we get into anything regarding femininity, cooperation, agreeableness, actual wifely skills, anything like that. That's just straight aesthetics.
I completely understand what you're saying in regard to that. But like I said, my main question was, how do women determine if their price is too high?
Well, Well, that's normally not we don't suffer from a world of women who think their value is too low. We suffer from a world of women who think their value is too high. How do you judge it? On the outcomes. The kind and caliber of men that you think you want or qualify for, are they trying to make you their wife? Yes or no? Do the kind and caliber of men that you think you want, are they actively trying to make you their wife?
That's just...
I think, like again, if you were selling a car, you could think your car is worth whatever. You put it out on a lot, the public gets to decide. Men decide. Mm-hmm. And it's not a matter of women knowing, it's a matter of women accepting. And what this interaction has proven, is demonstrated more than anything else, is far more women, sadly today, are more like you, not willing to accept and something that doesn't line up with what they believe or want to believe.
Oh.
And I mean, it doesn't matter what scale I gave you about the look, you still said, yeah, I put myself up there with them. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, delusion is allowed, but I mean, it is. Delusion is allowed. You're allowed to say whatever, but it doesn't. But after this is all said and done, when you're out in the world responds to what it is. So when you're out on the flights and you fly from here to there, the men who are sitting in first class or whatever, the men who actually are the kind and caliber of men that can afford to live the kind of lifestyle you want to, they're not checking for you. They don't see you. That's just from a look standpoint. Then there's the whole thing about your energy. And that comes into your attitude and the conversations we've had. I'm quite sure a lot of people don't play this. Because this whole slavery thing, it's like, why do you even want a man? Because you haven't talked highly about any man. Like there was anything a man does outside of being a wallet.
You got that from what I said.
Judge based on the comments of what other people say. Don't judge me. Judge based on the comments of what other people say in the video. If you think if I'm misinterpreting, I challenge you to, when this video is posted, go read what men are saying.
Okay.
You're bold enough, go read what the men are saying.
I mean, I could.
I mean, you came on here for a reason. I'm giving you time and time and time, and I'm telling you what I'm getting from you. What I'm getting from you is a woman who has a low estimation of men. I said what I'm getting from you is a woman who has a low level lack of respect and contempt for men. I'm very clear on what I've said. Okay, you're shaking your head.
Agree with that.
I don't care what you agree with.
I mean,
but I'm telling you how I see. This is when you close it down, and this is what I'm telling you how I experience you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to accept it, but I'm telling you, that's how I experience you. I have no dog in this fight. I have no reason to down you or up you. I'm telling you what I've experienced from what you said, the things you said, the examples we've walked through, and it's become worse as we've gone on, not better. So the more we've dialogued, it hasn't improved. It's gotten worse.
Okay.
So you can shake your head and dig your heels in. I'm telling you, no.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to know, go back to your exes and ask them what it was like to be with you.
Okay.
Go interview them and say, what is it like to be with me? How did you experience me? And if they can risk being honest with you, take it. Because at the end of the day,
I would actually love that.
and the thing is that, but at the end of the day, you got to go out into this marketplace, and the men in the marketplace will be some of the same men that see the video. You have to look what the market says. And if the market comes back saying, hey, Kevin, you're wrong, man. She's a dime piece, and I'll take her, man. I make her $500. Let her know, where you flying to, sis, I'll take you. But if they're saying, no, man, she's a little rough around the edges, I don't know, I didn't like that, this or that. What are you going to do? Write them all off as being cracks? Are they all hurt with her? See, because I know how that works. If you see something you don't like, you can, whatever. They're all mad, don't like women. Well, whatever. At the end of the day, what we do know is the kind and caliber men you would need to facilitate the lifestyle you have or want. You don't have them actively vetting you to be a wife. That's one thing we do know.
Okay.
And that is an accurate estimation of what he is right now. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So yeah, y'all. That's the end of the video. And as you can see, delusion at its finest, y'all. Delusion at its finest. I mean, when he started breaking down the point about her background, about her family, and she is so in tune with her family, like her father and mother, but yet, like how he said, she doesn't have what her mother has, and on top of that, she had 2 kids by 2 other guys, and he still took her in. And she sounds so ungrateful. Delusion at its all-time high, y'all. I feel like when people are really high in delusion, they become very ungrateful for every other thing around them. Because they're delusional, they only really see anything to be grateful for. She's downplaying men, but yet wants to get married. Kevin Samuels asks her about her mother's husband, and she laughs in his face about her mother's husband, but still wants to get married. Your example should be in the house, if there's any example to start with. This is what I mean, y'all. If you guys did enjoy the video, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more, you guys. I'm out with y'all.